Hi everybody, I'm Peter Allison and I hope you'd like to join me for a quick one in the bush. Today we're going to be talking about cheetahs versus leopards. This is not just clickbait. We're going to get to who would actually win in a fight, but first of all, let's just talk about how you tell them apart. We're going to start with the most obvious thing, appearance. Face on, pretty easy. The cheetah has black tear lines down its face. The leopard doesn't, just little spots on its face, and you can actually use those spots to identify one leopard from another. They're all unique, like our finger thumbprints and so on. The other thing is on their body. The cheetah has just spots. It's like somebody with inky thumbprints has just gone and pressed it all over their body. The leopard over its sides gets a ring of these spots called a rosette, and the center is typically a little bit darker than the background coloring. Even on a black leopard, a melanistic leopard, they do have those rosettes, and they actually show up in an infrared camera as giving off more heat than others, just because they're that much darker, they've absorbed a bit more light. The other thing is the size and shape. Cheetahs are absolutely built for speed. They've got a real catwalk model look to them, long-legged, long-bodied, everything is elegant and in proportion. The leopard's more about power. So they are much stockier in build, but actually significantly heavier than a cheetah. So the heaviest record ever for a leopard was, I think, 108 kilograms. So it's 230 pounds, something like that. Whereas a cheetah will rarely hit much more than 50 kilograms, maybe 60 for a big male. And of course, I say roundabout. Both of these animals have got a pretty big range. That's another way to figure out what you're looking at. If you're just looking at a spotted cat and you're somewhere like Southeast Asia, definitely not a cheetah. Cheetahs now occur only in parts of Africa, and a very small population of the last Asian cheetahs are in Iran. They formerly occurred much more widely, all the way down to India. The last ones there were all shot in the 1960s, unfortunately. But the other way to know is habitat. You can find a leopard and a cheetah side by side, but the cheetah is far more habitat specific. Again, they're all about speed. So they need places with open areas. There's no point in being able to run at 100 kilometers an hour, or let's say 60 something plus miles per hour if you're going to run straight into a tree. So through that whole Congo forest belt of Africa, there are no cheetahs. Pointless for them to be there. Whereas the leopard is so much more adaptable. They're found beside cities in India and actually do the people there a service by taking out rabid dogs. Tops of mountains, by swampy areas. They flourish in the Okavango Delta. They're just a much more adaptable animal. It normally does mean they're a little bit more intelligent, though how intelligent anything is really anybody's guess. So the leopard is far more likely to be found in a wide range of habitats, and it absolutely is. That's allowed it to spread to be the third most widespread wild animal in the world. Another thing that sets them apart from each other is their lifestyle. The cheetah is a sniper. It hits things from far away. That amazing speed is often commented on. One, a tame cheetah, and tame cheetahs are always a bit chubby compared to their wild counterparts, was clocked on a greyhound track at 118 kilometers per hour. They do 0 to 100, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. It takes them 6 or 7 steps to get to that speed. To put that in perspective, running 100 meters in 10 seconds, Olympic standard, you're running at 36 Ks an hour. So this is over 3 times that speed. Pretty remarkable for that. But that means that they can start chasing their prey from as far away as 70 meters. Leopards, on the other hand, are the absolute masters at stealth. With animals that are hyper alert, they are alert for a living, impalas, warthogs, wild boars, whatever it might be across their range. A leopard gets within 10 to 5 meters, sometimes actually being so close that the animal walks right up to them without even observing them, and they just grab it and strangle. Both of them killed by strangulation, clamping on the throat. They don't tear the throat out. That's over dramatic sort of stuff. It's not how they do it. They actually crush on the airways and those carotid arteries. With a cheetah, smaller teeth sometimes doesn't even break the skin as it kills it. So as I said, the leopard will just pull it in, grab the throat. The cheetah chases, that incredible speed, using its tail like a counterweight. If the animal sidesteps, if its prey sidesteps, it can throw its tail sideways, actually drags its butt around, so it can also turn really, really quickly at these incredible speeds it's at. And it will typically either trip its prey or hook in with a dew claw. It has a sharp claw on its wrist, and they can use that to pull the animal down and dive in. Another small difference there to do with the speed is the leopard has the claws that we're all familiar with from a house cat. They retract into a sheath, and then they come out nice and gleaming sharp. The cheetah is the only cat whose claws, of all the 30-something species of cat around the world, are in constant contact with the ground. So they're blunted. That's like a sprinter's spikes, running spikes. It just gives them that traction so they can get that acceleration, grip into the ground, and really pull forward, both front and back legs. They're four-wheel drive. So sniper versus assassin, we've got there, which does bring us to the last point here, so you know that the title wasn't misleading. In a fight, the cheetah could call it a victory by running away, saying, I live to fight another day. But if it actually came to a conflict, pound for pound, the leopard is just way too strong and would absolutely beat a cheetah. And they do, on occasion, take out one of their competitors in the field, just as we do in corporations, and call it capitalism. So the leopard wins on that account. The cheetah is still a beautiful and amazing animal. I urge you to come on a safari and see them in the wild. It's a pretty amazing thing, experience to have out there. Otherwise, I'll be back with you soon with another one of these quickies in the bush, or join me on the podcast Deep in the Bush, where we go far more deep, as you'd imagine, with guests who are experts in their field. Thanks very much. Bye.